Now, 5 months ago, we shared that there were 10 developers who had made more than $2 million in revenue from Quest content alone. And today, there are more than 35 different titles on Quest that generate revenue in the millions of dollars. People have spent more than $150 million on Quest content. This ecosystem is growing, and now, with Quest 2 priced at just $299, a lot more people are going to be able to experience VR soon. So this is becoming a self-sustaining ecosystem now, and a lot of this success comes down to developers building great experiences. Because every time that someone gasps out loud when they see their hands in VR, or instinctively ducks or dodges something, that's the result of all the effort that you put in. So I want to thank.
Hey everyone, welcome to OC6. We have a lot of awesome stuff to go through and show you all today. But first, I wanted to start off by, I've been saying for a while that we think that augmented and virtual reality are going to be the next major computing platform. And I just wanted to start off by talking for a little bit about why. Back even before I started Facebook, when I was still in college, I was studying psychology and computer science through this feeling of presence and the interactions that we get with other people, which is why Facebook's technology vision has always been about putting people at the center of your computing experience. And we've mostly done that so far through building apps. And I don't think it's an accident that a lot of the top used and biggest apps that are out there are social experiences that put people at the center of the experience, because that's how we process things. But there's only so much that you can do with apps, right? Without also shaping and improving the underlying platform. And I find it shocking that we're here in 2019 and our phones and our computers are still organized around apps and tasks and not people and the things that we're actually there present with. So, I feel like we can help all of us together deliver a unique contribution to this field by helping to ensure that the next platform changes. We need to build a lot of technology that's going to help advance and deliver this feeling of presence. The second thing that we need to do is build an ecosystem of all the experiences that need to be delivered here. So on the ecosystem side, the first step that we need to reach is reaching critical mass in the community. And once we get to a certain size in the community, it's going to become economical for all developers, from the independent folks up to the biggest AAA developers that are out there to build content for VR. And once we reach that point, the amount of content is just going to explode, and that's going to push adoption further. So in getting there, Quest is off to a great start. It's only been on sale for about 4 months now, and we are selling them as fast as we can make them. But even more importantly, though, is that retention is good. Right? So people are using it week after week after week, which is a great signal for how the content ecosystem is getting stronger, and VR is becoming something that more people are stepping in and out of on a day-to-day basis, rather than this kind of one-off special experience that you need all this different equipment for and you need to dedicate a whole room in your house to. So these are all really good signs. And to get to critical mass, we're focused on building forward compatibility into all the new devices that we build, so that all the content that you're all making just works across everything now and going forward. So the goal is that if you develop something for Quest today, then our goal is to make it work on all future Quests as well. And that means that when you buy a Quest, that you're not just buying something that's going to be locked in time, that as all the new content is built for the future, it's going to get better. And also, as we deliver major software updates, the platform is also just going to dramatically improve. And that's going to be a big theme of what we want to talk about today. But of course, the biggest part of this depends on all the awesome stuff that you're building. So we need to build an ecosystem that supports all of you, which is why I am proud to share the news that as of today, people have bought more than $100 million of content in the Oculus store. And since Quest came out just several months ago, more than 20% of that is from Quest already and growing really quickly. So I just want to take a moment at the start of this conference to thank all of you who are really the ones who are pushing this ecosystem and community forward. So thank you, guys. All right, so the experiences that you're all building for Rift are as good as it gets in VR. But right now, when you build something for Rift, that library of content isn't available to people who are on Quest. So, we've been looking at what we can do here. And we want to, so the first thing that we want to announce today is we've been looking at how we can make this possible. So we've made a major software update, and we have a new product that we're calling Oculus Link that is going to make it so that if you have a gaming PC and a USB-C cable, you're now going to be able to run all the Rift content on your Quest. So, move on to another one that's about to make your Quest a lot better too. So a lot of the technologies that we're working on here are foundational, not just for virtual reality, but also for the future of what we want to do with augmented reality too. And one of the really foundational things that we feel like we want to improve and make a lot better is input. Because in the future, you're going to be able to interact with digital objects with your hands, or just as naturally as you can with physical objects in the world. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you remember the first time that you tried out touch controllers, right? And how awesome it was. You were just able to look down in virtual reality and reach out and grab something or throw it and do something with it. And it really just added this whole element to the experience. But as soon as we made that possible, it immediately opened up this bigger question, which is, okay, all right, want to see it? Let's check this out. So, this is what I mean when I talk about building a platform that improves over time. Right, 6 months ago, if you wanted to get into VR, you needed a PC, cables, sensors, hand controllers, and half a dozen physical objects. And now, soon, it's just going to be a headset that you can bring with you anywhere that you go, that is full inside-out tracking, completely wireless, and now your hands are just going to be there too. So, there's a lot of work that we still need to do to get to where we all want, but I think what you're starting to see is the hardware is getting out of the way. And with each step, we're getting to a more immersive and natural experience. All right, so now I want to talk about the future of input for a minute, though, because hand tracking is great. It doesn't require... All right, so, in a lot of ways, it's kind of hard to believe that this is only our 6th Connect. Right, because it's pretty amazing how far the technology and how far our community have come in just a short number of years. At the very first Connect, about 5 years ago, the Oculus team had just joined us, and we showed an early demo of the Crescent Bay technology, which of course went on to become the Oculus Rift. And a couple of years later, it went on sale for $600, plus you needed a $1,000 gaming PC and all the cables that we showed earlier to make this work. And now here we are, and we're shipping a hand tracking on a wireless headset that costs $399, that fits in a shoebox, and you can take it anywhere that you want. And our community here is well on the way to building a strong ecosystem with all of the content and awesome stuff that you guys are all building. So this is going to be the next computing platform. And it's only going to get more exciting and awesome and important.
For those of you joining to Facebook Connect, for those of you joining for the first time, Connect is usually our big conference with developers coming together from all over the world as we show off the latest in virtual and augmented reality. Now, things are a little different this year, but we've got some exciting new things to show you, friends, recently, especially games like Echo VR, which is kind of like playing full contact frisbee in zero gravity space, or Arizona Sunshine, where you can stand back to back with your friends as you fight off wave after wave of zombies. I've also been enjoying Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which is this great party game where you're in VR and you have to defuse a bomb with the help of your friends who are outside of VR, and they're helping you solve the bomb's puzzles. And it gets hilarious pretty quickly depending on how helpful or not your friends are. Now, if you've tried experiences like this, you know just how magical it is to be together in one of these worlds with your friends. And as the ecosystem keeps growing and the hardware keeps getting better and better, we're starting to see how whole new categories of experiences could take place in VR in the future. So I'm looking forward to showing you what we've been working on. But before we dive in, you may have noticed that this event got a new name, Facebook Connect. And it's brought to you by a new group, Facebook Reality Labs. And that's because this work, to build the next computing platform, to deliver that sense of presence and immersion, and to make it the best platform for connecting with people you care about, that work increasingly requires us to extend beyond just our Oculus virtual reality product lines to include a lot more of the work that we're doing into augmented reality, into all kinds of long-term research, into more natural interactions like neural interfaces, into home and other wearable devices, and into software development like what we're doing with Horizon and what we have done for the whole history of our company. So we have one group that pulled together all of our augmented reality and virtual reality efforts, which we are calling Facebook Reality Labs. And now we also have one event to discuss all of this work, which we're calling Facebook Connect. Our goal is to deliver the products and technology that let you feel like you're together with the people you want, no matter where you are or the physical distance between you. So today, we're going to talk about how we're going to get there. Now, first, let's talk about augmented reality. The goal here is to develop some normal-size, nice-looking glasses that you can wear all day and interact with holograms, digital objects, and information while still being present with the people and world around you. Maybe you want to just sit on your couch and have a friend teleport and have their hologram sit right next to you to play games or just talk or hang out. Maybe you're walking somewhere and you want directions, or you see something awesome and you want to share it without having to take out your phone. Maybe you don't want to have to carry your phone around at all, or have to worry about having it take you away from the moment. You're going to be able to do all of this with a pair of glasses. Now, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done on some of the foundational technologies. Later today, we're going to share more about Project Aria, which is the first research device that we're going to be putting out into the world to help us understand the software and hardware needed to build our first consumer augmented reality glasses. And we're starting to put together all the different building blocks, including the input systems, the display systems, spatial audio. We have a team of computational neuroscientists and engineers working on non-invasive neural interfaces and ways to use subtle gestures to control augmented reality objects in the world. There are still hard problems to solve, but this has the opportunity to open up a lot of new ways for people to connect, to work, learn, and play in the future, and we now have line of sight into how we're going to get there in the coming years. Now, in the meantime, there's a lot that we can do today with the technology that we've already created in order to develop great smart glasses. They're not yet augmented reality glasses, but they're on the road there. So a couple of years ago, I started meeting with some of the best eyeglasses makers around the world. And this journey took me to Milan, where I met with the founder of a company called Essilor Luxottica. They're the best in the world at making glasses, and they make Ray-Ban and Oakley, and they design and build frames for everyone from Armani to Versace. And after spending time with their team and visiting their factory, I knew that they were the right partner for us to help bring the best technology together with the best glasses. And of course, in the future, people aren't all going to wear one or two different styles of glasses, like we just have a couple of different kinds of phones. So we need to support a lot of different designs and styles, and that's what Luxottica does. Now, we don't have a product yet to share with you today, but I am excited to share that we have formed a multi-year partnership, starting with building and releasing our first pair of smart glasses next year. Now, I can't go into full product details yet, but they're going to be the next step on the road to augmented reality glasses, and they look pretty good too. This is going to be a big milestone in starting to integrate the core technologies into a regular glasses form factor and seeing how people use them. And speaking of that, the most important part of any AR product is the experiences it can deliver. And I'm happy with how the AR software ecosystem is coming together too. More than 600 million people use AR across our apps and devices every month. People are creating some really awesome things with Spark AR, which anyone can use to build AR effects for Facebook and Instagram. There's also AR shopping technology that lets you see how furniture is going to look in your room, or how makeup or glasses are going to look on your face before you buy them. We're already seeing some of the creativity that augmented reality can unlock, and I think that this is all just going to get a lot better as AR starts to become even more mainstream. Now, let's talk about virtual reality. We are continuing to build out the Quest platform with better hardware, software, and content, and we're starting to see more areas where VR provides a clearly better experience than other platforms. So take gaming. I think Quest is already the best VR gaming platform, but it's about to get a lot better because a couple of years ago, we started working with some of the best game studios to produce AAA franchises for Quest. And today, we're going to share some of this work from developers like Respawn, ILM X Lab, Universal Games, and more. And we're continuing to bring even more of these games to Quest. This fall, Oculus Link is coming out of beta. And Oculus Link allows you to use a compatible gaming PC to play Rift titles on Quest. In the future, it's going to support 90 Hertz for PC gameplay, and we're working on a new UI so you're going to be able to find all of your PC games right alongside your Quest apps all in one place. So that's coming next year, and it will give you access to a lot of native Quest features while you are using Link. Another important area is social products. We're building new social experiences like Horizon, which is now an invite-only beta, and it lets you create your own worlds where you can go and hang out with your friends. We're also building experiences like Venues, which I know a lot of you are using right now to watch this live stream. And I'm really focused on this area of social software because, as I've said a few times, I think that augmented and virtual reality are going to be the most social platforms ever. And we're really just scratching the surface on this right now. We're also seeing how VR can change work. Some of our Oculus teams already have their meetings in VR. And since COVID, I held my first management team meeting entirely in VR too. And I have to say, in some ways, it already felt more real than a video call because we had a shared sense of space. I always find that I have a harder time remembering discussions on video calls because from a visual and auditory perspective, there's no shared sense of space. Everything just looks flat. But in VR, even before we have avatars with full fidelity and facial expressions, just having that shared visual sense of space and spatial audio, that for everyone else in the room and people's locations looks the same to everyone else. You can hear where someone's talking from. It just makes a huge difference. Now, more people are going to work remotely in the future. Now, I think that VR is going to give you the ability to work from anywhere without having to feel a lot of that separation that current remote work setups bring. Facebook has already said that for our company, we expect 50% of our employees to work remotely long term. So we're invested in building out the tools that we need for our own people to work from anywhere, and then we're going to deliver them to the world. There are other advantages to VR for work too. Like you can design your own perfect workstation with infinite screen space and ability to teleport between different teams and projects easily. So we'll cover all of this and more in the rest of the session today. But before I sign off, I want to show Quest to be another big step forward. We want virtual reality to be something that anyone can just jump into with the best and most immersive experiences out there, and we want it to be available to as many people as possible. Quest was a big step towards that goal. For the first time, you had real virtual reality with full freedom of movement, so you could walk around with no wires to break that feeling of presence. And from day one, we were selling them as fast as we could make them. More than 90% of people who used Quest this year hadn't used an Oculus before. This is the form factor that's going to introduce people to virtual reality. And today, we are taking the next big step forward. And I'm excited to share with all of you Oculus Quest 2. Quest 2 has our highest resolution display ever with 50% more pixels. It's more powerful with a custom Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 processor and 6 gigs of memory. It weighs 10% less than the original Quest and has a new soft strap, so it's even easier to carry around. It has new touch controllers that are more ergonomic and have battery life improvements. It is shipping on October 13th, and we are opening pre-orders today. And it starts at just $299. The team has done an incredible job, and I am really proud of what we've built here. Quest 2 is lighter, faster, and has a better display than the first generation, and it's $100 more affordable. It is fully wireless, and it has hands down the best content library of any VR system out there. Now, there are a bunch of improvements that we have made to the hardware. We've been working on this with Qualcomm for years, and Quest 2 is the first major consumer device that runs on the Snapdragon XR2 platform. It's fully customized for VR and AR with support for multiple cameras and technology like fixed foveated rendering. And the end result is a more immersive experience with crisper graphics, more dynamic environments, and ultimately just a more realistic feeling of presence. The display is better. Instead of 2 OLEDs, Quest 2 has a single LCD for super high-resolution visuals, and a new system for adjusting the optics that makes it easier to dial in the visual settings that are right for you. We've redesigned the touch controllers with more efficient tracking and optimized haptics. The new controllers deliver a better feeling of hand presence and stronger physical feedback, and for apps that don't use our full hand tracking, this is going to make a better experience all around. And we've also been making a lot of software updates too. For example, a lot of people have been using VR for fitness. It's probably one of the most fun ways to get in some quick cardio. And Beat Saber is a bit more motivating than a treadmill most mornings. So we've built in a system-level fitness tracker that helps you keep tabs on just how much exercise you're getting while playing some of your favorite titles. It's called Oculus Move, and it lets you set VR fitness goals and track them across different games and apps. And we're also experimenting with real-time stats and in-game overlays, and we're going to start testing this out on Quest later this year. Now, these are just a few of the improvements that make Quest 2 the best all-in-one VR experience out there. Now, I've really been enjoying using mine during this lockdown, and I'm looking forward to getting these in more of your hands in just a few weeks. Now, I want to make sure that I give a special shout out to everyone in our developer community and all of you who've been on this journey with us. 5 months ago, we shared that there were 10 developers who had made more than $2 million in revenue from Quest content alone. And today, there are more than 35 different titles on Quest that generate revenue in the millions of dollars. People have spent more than $150 million on Quest content. This ecosystem is growing. And now, with Quest 2 priced at just $299, a lot more people are going to be able to experience VR soon. So this is becoming a self-sustaining ecosystem now, and a lot of this success comes down to developers building great experiences. Because every time that someone gasps out loud when they see their hands in VR, or instinctively ducks or dodges something, that's the result of all the effort that you put in. So I want to thank all of you, because we are on this mission together. Now, walking the floor at Connect and getting to demo some of the new experiences that you've all built, that was awesome. And I hope we're going to be able to do that and get together in person again one day soon. But I also hope that together we can build something that helps us stay connected even when we are on different continents. Something that can help us feel present no matter where we are. That's what technology should be all about, and it is something that virtual reality can uniquely help us accomplish. So if we can build experiences that are as vivid and meaningful as being there together in person, that's going to unlock a lot of amazing things. It's going to mean that you're free to live and work and learn anywhere you want, to meet friends in new places, to explore and create new worlds. For the first time, we're going to be able to step outside the limits of the physical world and experience things and be part of communities that weren't even possible before. And I can't wait to create this.
New collaboration and productivity apps in Quest built by third-party pioneers. And this is an area that we're investing a lot in as well. Now, longer term, we envision an enterprise ecosystem with expanding platforms and new business models made possible across distances. Maria's going to...
I'm Mike Verdu, VP of Content. We are excited, encouraged, even stunned by the progress that VR has made in just 12 short months. So many wonderful Quest titles have launched in the last year, creating a catalog of rich, vibrant experiences. Our ecosystem growth is accelerating, and more developers are seeing success. We shared that 10 developers had made over $2 million in revenue from Quest content alone. Today, I'm happy to share that over 35 titles on Quest have generated revenue in the millions since launch, and they're doing it faster than ever before. This summer, Onward's Quest debut made $1 million in revenue in just 4 days, faster than any other title on the platform. And Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted reached $1 million in just 8 days. These are powerful milestones that show how more and more teams are able to pursue continued VR development and see a return on investment. And as a result, there is an acceleration in creativity in all categories, from games to productivity, collaboration, fitness, education, and others. The coming year will be an
VR has the potential to get us closer to what we know we can achieve in person and a lot more. It's going to be great for all types of work. It is lightweight and ergonomic, so it's more comfortable for longer work sessions. New accessories like our Elite strap with battery are designed to increase comfort and extend battery life. Compared to Quest, Quest 2 is packed with better processing power, so you can run heavier apps more smoothly. There's also a higher resolution display, so you can read text in docs and presentations more easily. On their own, these features are exciting, but combined, we will push standalone VR to new limits. We believe VR will be your next computer, a better way to surf the web, play games, chat with friends, and collaborate with your colleagues across distance. But before we can connect you to others, we need to help you on your own get things done. I'm so excited to introduce Infinite Office. Now, when I say Infinite Office, I am not talking about that feeling when you have been working from home for 14 hours straight, although that might feel infinite. This is something else. Check it out. big area with multiple customizable screens, all without expensive monitors eating up space. And across them, Oculus Browser provides you with a desktop class where, in partnership with Logitech, we are bringing a physical keyboard into VR. You will be able to actually see your keyboard and your hands finally type, and yes, even copy-paste. My team and lots of others at Facebook are already trying out this infinite office. Initial features begin rolling out to Quest 2, first in experimental release this winter, so you can join us. We are